on, people, get moving, please. Making the place look untidy, especially you.
In 2013, we spent a year at this school in Yorkshire.
Why are you late?
Forgot this.
Well, that's not good enough.
1 year on,
Look at the eyebrows.
we return to see where the students are now.
If you want to go left, just steer left.
It does sound simple, it confuses me a bit.
Shirt, tie, sleeves, whatever.
We're back to the corridors and classrooms
That's your punishment for cheating, Robbie Joe. Yeah, I saw you.
and out in the real world to see how the past year has changed them.
I think I've turned from a kid to a partial man. What have I done?
Have you got any part-time jobs?
And witness what's happened just this morning when, along with the rest of the country, they received their all-important GCSE results. It's the end of the summer term at Thornhill Community Academy, and head teacher Mr. Mitchell is winding down with the staff and students.
It's been a very challenging year, but one that I've very, very much enjoyed.
Come on, get Mitchell.
The buzz around the place is different. It takes time for changes that you want to make to bed in and to establish themselves. There's a sense that we're moving forward. Better behaviour, fewer exclusions. We're turning our kids into people that we can be proud of.
You are me.
Got the worst of that, sorry, love.
Come on, girls.
Some of our Year 11s, who we all know, have left school now and taken their GCSEs. We are hoping this year's results will be up there with the very best year that we've ever had.
Shut up!
One student now waiting for his results is Tom.
That was almost perfect! Like me!
Back in Year 10, Tom was constantly finding himself in trouble.
Wanker! That what Neil said that.
He's causing us too many problems.
And he's getting worse.
And it's getting worse, and I'm just mindful of the fact that something might kick off. Lots and lots of incidents and comments and detentions and isolations and the odd exclusion. Got to agree, you're a right real pain up the arse sometimes. Yeah.
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 As Tom was struggling with his first year of GCSEs, the school received some tragic news.
My stepbrother died last night. But I classed him as my real brother.
In the months that followed, Tom became withdrawn and spent less and less time in the classroom.
He's had a few ups and downs. Sometimes he was kicked out of those lessons, but he still tried.
But with the help of English teacher Miss Sinclair, he made it to the end of the school year.
She were there for me more than anyone. And she just knew what to say, when to say it, how to calm me down. I just felt literally at the lowest point of my life. First death I've had in my family as well. And it just never, ever, ever want to go through that again.
It's been a year since Tom's stepbrother passed away.
I've got them pictures on my wall of him, and looking at them, it just makes me upset knowing that I'll never be able to see him happy like that ever again. But now, since the funeral, I realised that I don't need to misbehave in school. That's why I changed.
Tom went on to complete Year 11 and took 7 GCSEs.
From being constantly in trouble in Year 10, I won't say he had a blemish-free Year 11, but dare I say almost a model student.
Hey, 2 more.
I'm amazed how quickly he came out of it as well and picked himself up and just carried on. And came back as Tom, not as somebody else.
My biceps are bigger than all yours. Get pumping, lad. Just start the gym. If you're a bit stressed, just like pump a few weights. Picked them everyone's up, gave them a few blasts, and it just feels a bit better.
Yeah, what's the aim of the gym?
To be hench, bro.
That's it.
Tom's now waiting to see whether his changed attitude has got him the grades he's hoping for.
He's a cracking lad now. Whether that is enough for him to get out of his GCSE results exactly what he needs remains to be seen. Let's hope for his sake that there's something for him to shout about.
Hello.
Hiya.
With results day just around the corner, Tom's come back to Thornhill to see Miss Sinclair.
I think I've changed already, you know. I think I've turned from a kid to a partial man.
I mean,
Cause
a partial man,
yeah.
not a man.
Because I want to grow up. I've realised that I need to go to college so then I've got something behind me. I want like a car, house and little family and all that. I just can't wait to have all of that.
What were you going to do at college?
Engineering.
So what do you need to get into college?
Maths and English.
You know, you apply for college or you apply for jobs, the majority of things will ask you for a C in English. It'll be huge if you can get that. For anybody, if anybody can get a C in English maths, it means it makes a difference between an average course or what they actually want to do.
Maths were well hard.
But did you stay?
I stayed.
Good.
I did it.
We're going to be better than that in English, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I want to be me.
So do I. No idea.
I just hope that I've passed. It's basically opening a new life. You know, like seeing what I've got and seeing how far I could go with them.
Okay. Do you want to see the card you got me?
Yeah.
Nearly made me cry.
I would just sat there and I was like, oh bloody hell, I'm going to miss her.
The best bit was, actually, the your hashtag amazing. Although it was the wrong your.
So what?
That upset me a lot.
No, I can't. I can never remember them. Like, do you know, there, and there.
You are. You are.
So which
It's
one's
not
that?
hard. You are amazing.
Yeah, but you are
You
is same
must
as
be Ari.
your.
No, it isn't though.
It is.
It isn't. Can you remember what a noun is?
A noun.
Yeah.
Something that can hurt me or I can hurt
Well
it.
done. And what describes a noun?
Adjective.
Oh my goodness
Is that
gracious
right?
me. Yes.
Oh, buzzing.
Only took 2 years.
Mr. Foster, you well? Where's your tie?
It's in my pocket, sir.
Get him sorted, will you? You're supposed to be...
Tom also found love in Year 11 with fellow student Bailey.
Thanks. I will.
But sadly, it wasn't to last.
One day it just stopped.
I lost feelings. I don't know why, I just did. We might have looked cute together, but we're just different people.
When they split up, she actually took it really, really hard because she really did love him. She really, really loved him, and it knocked her flat.
I proper didn't think that it were ever going to end up how it was. Like, I thought that we were just going to be together. And yeah, all that.
In 2013, Bailey was one of Thornhill's most memorable students.
Anybody in year 10?
I'll go.
Okay, right, but Bailey can go, then we'll go to Courtney, then we'll go to Lee.
Hello, fellow staff and students. Everybody knows my name, so I don't need to tell you.
But she spent as much time working on her looks as she did her GCSEs.
Like my eyebrows. Shaved them all off. Shaved all my eyebrows off.
Like Tom, Bailey sat her exams this summer. And year heads Mrs. Marsden and Mrs. Crowther continue to support her as she awaits her results.
Come and have a look. Oh, look at her.
Look at my eyebrows.
Did you shave them all off? Did you actually mean to shave them off, or was it just one of the...
No, I did. I
Oh,
did it
really?
yeah, purposely.
Why? It's not something I've ever really
because
thought.
I went from waxed, and you know, like when you come out, you go, oh, I like them, I love them, and then you walk out, you're like, oh, yeah. And then, so I got home, and like, one were alright, and one wasn't, so I shaved that bit, and just shaved them both off.
So really, you tried to tidy them up first?
Yeah, and it just didn't work.
No.
No, but you haven't
ever
done it
shaved
since, though, have you?
Yeah.
Oh. So what are you hoping for your uni results, then?
I'm really scared.
You'll be fine.
Don't be scared.
Well, you're not going to change it now, so there's no point worrying about it. It's done.
Yeah, I know, but I just hope I've done alright. At least a couple of B's.
Yeah.
Few C's. U's. I hope I haven't got U's, but I know I'm gonna get... I just don't know what's coming with maths. It's hilarious because I'm just so bad. Take care, won't you? You too.
Results day.
Be nice to see you.
Oh, I think she'll be fab. I think she'll be absolutely fabulous at college. I think she'll love being still part of a structured, semi-structured environment.
Bailey already has plans for life after Thornhill.
Bailey, love.
Yeah?
You alright to rinse card as lady?
As a first step, she's got a part-time job in a hair salon.
I've always wanted to be a hairdresser. Like, always. I don't know why, I just have.
And she's planning on studying hairdressing at college after her GCSE results.
You fitted in perfect though, aren't you?
It's almost poetic that she's going on to hair and beauty.
I can sort of see you in me a little bit. Because you're ready for it, you want it, and it's nice when you've got it and you know what you want to do.
She needs the best grades possible across all her subjects, but I mean, obviously the golden chalice for everybody is C's in English and maths, and 3 or 4 good passes elsewhere.
You don't fucking eat, girls!
Last year, at Thornhill Community Academy, a fight threatened to derail one student just as he was about to sit his GCSEs.
I'll come back to you in a minute, Jack, OK? Jack's gone for Georgia, and the next thing I knew, someone was holding Jack down on the floor. And I need to find out who's seen what.
And she said to me, if I'm a slapper, then what's your mum? And then that's when I got out of my seat and went through because I don't like anyone talking bad about my mum.
And then he stood up, he's gone for me, and then we just started fighting.
OK. Can I just ask you something, Georgia? And it's just important. Did you stamp on his head?
I don't know. I might have done.
Is it possible?
I don't know. I might have done.
Right.
Jack Henry was removed from lessons and given 3 days in the isolation booth.
It's difficult sometimes to sort of draw the line as to who's to blame and who's not to blame. Jack is generally a really well-behaved lad, but he has lashed out.
Once again, my anger has got me into this mess.
So, do you want to talk about the incident?
The school gave Jack anger management counselling.
I felt ashamed that I'd went for a girl.
Right, yeah.
And I also felt angry at myself.
Right.
Because I'd lost it.
But a few weeks later, he found himself in another altercation.
Leave it.
I feel let down and disappointed. You do realise, however, I'm going to have to do something about this.
This time, Mr. Mitchell was forced to exclude Jack just before his exams.
When I was excluded, I spent a lot of time just sat there quietly thinking about it, and you know, it did play over in my mind quite a few times.
What?
Yes. I'm really serious.
Why?
His friend Brandon came to his defence.
Yeah, shall we just all go, every one of us?
Yeah, I just find it a little unfair because it's going to go in his college record. And
It will go on his college record, but I think Jack understands as well that he's hit somebody. I can't change my mind and I won't.
Okay.
Okay, you understand all that?
Yes, thanks, sir.
All right, Jack.
All right. See you later, sir.
Yeah.
See you, Brandon.
See ya. I still don't agree with Jack being excluded, and I still don't agree, but it's over now. It's been a year.
A lot changes in a year, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, we've changed a lot.
Having both completed their first year of college, Jack Henry and Brandon are returning to Thornhill to see Mr. Mitchell.
After you.
Thank you. If I could change anything about it, I wish I hadn't reacted in the way I did. I feel like I've learned quite a few good lessons since I left school.
Hello.
Hello. Long time no see.
How you doing, mate?
We're fine. You?
Are you quieting down a bit? Are you still the same?
Still the same. Still have my opinions.
Yeah.
But I'll still always agree that Jack were excluded for being bullied.
Jack was excluded for violence. We know he was being bullied, but you also know that there were an awful lot more work went in.
Yeah. I've made peace with what happened. And I understand, you know, the reasons for doing what you did.
And how about your temper? How's that doing?
Calm down a lot.
Yeah?
Don't really get riled anymore.
Good.
I was able to learn from my mistakes while I was in school. Even though it was bad, I came out on the other side better. I'm just glad it's, you know, over and done with.
What are you up to now?
Hopefully in 5 years' time I'll be a fully qualified counsellor, helping people deal with the problems.
You know, I'm personally delighted that he's taken that career choice. He wants to work in social care. He wants to put something back. There's an enormous sense of pride when someone like Jack comes back and says, you know, I want to train to be a counsellor so I can help other kids.
Georgia? No, I don't want to. Put your tie on. It's tight on my neck, it's strangling. Right, well then give me a panner, because I'm not having this argument with you this
After the fight with Jack Henry, Georgia continued to struggle with her behaviour.
I'm not having her. Georgia? Her teachers are winding me up and get fucked.
She repeatedly defied her teachers.
Can't tell me what to do.
Refusing to go into isolation.
Well, you need to go into isolation, Georgia.
I'm not. Something I haven't done.
You'll be excluded then, sorry.
Well, I haven't done anything.
Right, come outside then, Georgia.
I'm sick of it. Proper sick of it. I'm not coming back now, that's it.
You don't leave any kid languishing somewhere where they're not going to be successful. But there comes a time as well where you think this is just becoming so onerous in terms of time now. We have to concentrate on the battles that we can win. And Georgia, I think, dare I say it, unfortunately, is a battle that we're probably losing at the moment.
I don't want to speak to them anyway, they're just following me.
Follow me because you're excluded, so you need to leave premises. See you later.
How many sisters have you got?
There's 4 of us all together.
And how many of your sisters made it through to the end of school?
1.
We've all gone through all that stage now, haven't we?
I did.
And I did.
Georgia made it through school, achieving 9 GCSEs.
But you're momentum, Mummy.
Now, like her older sisters, she's become a mum.
Buddy fella. The buddy fella. It's just a big thing, isn't it? She's just changed my life completely.
I never thought you'd have a baby, Georgia.
No, neither did I. Happens, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm glad it did though in a way, because it's changed you. A hell of a lot, you've grown up loads.
At least you'll be able to stick it out. Maya just calms me down. I've got nothing to kick off about anymore because I just don't get bored. I think it's because I used to get bored, I just used to like find something so I could kick off, do you know? I don't know.
I think you've changed loads since having Maya, with your maunginess and your tantrums and your carrying on, arguing, mouthing off. I don't hear no of that no more.
Like, I hope she'd like go to school and be good and stuff and not, you know, follow my footsteps.
Yeah, because it's not like you can just like throw a pad, you know, is it, when you've got Maya? You've got to set an example.
We are proud of you, so you should remember that.
Yeah.
You've done really well.
Now when I like look back and think, I just know what I was doing wrong and stuff. That was just stupid.
For all students who leave Thornhill, new challenges await.
So, there's only one way we're going at the end here. Look at the sign at the end of the road. Which way are we going? Left. Right. Look at the arrow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think I'm well good at driving. And I think pigs can fly. Do you want to slap? Cheeky bitch.
Best thing to do really is if you want to go left, just steer left, steer the way you want to go.
Right.
Yeah?
It does sound simple, it's just I can never...
That's it. It can throw you, can't it? I'm neutral. He's quite prepared to wait there, so don't panic, don't rush into reverse. Biting quite.
What's a clutch? I don't even know how to explain what a clutch is, I just know how to use it.
Perfect. Oh, look at you and that handbrake. You love being beat.
can't explain, I'm really bad at
I'm scared to go
explaining.
in her car. The more she talks about it, the more scared I get in her.
That's why you shouldn't ask questions.
Hannah and Sheridan left school last summer and now have completed their first year of college. However, they've been returning to Thornhill regularly for one reason.
How many times have you sat your maths now?
I still don't believe it's 5.
Yeah, because we sat it 3 times in school. We sat it when we left, and we've just sat it.
When did we sit it 3 times in school? Oh dear, I've done it wrong.
In 2013, Mr. Steer made it his mission to get these challenging girls their C in maths.
7. 6.1.
I'm not good at maths. It's just like I read it and no, goes in no.
When do you need to find the area of a triangle in life? It's so pointless.
Oh, sorry, Anna, sorry. Excuse me, we're doing this now. Okay.
If they come out with D's,
Yes.
Summer, are you going to feel like you failed?
Yes. 100%.
While Mr. Steer was working hard to get the girls their C grade, his health deteriorated. Serious allergies made worse by stress left him struggling to walk.
Hang on.
Three bang over.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Are you alright?
Yeah, we're alright. Oh, sorry, I was nearly sick then. Oh, God.
He soldiered on through to help the girls. However, they narrowly missed the C grade required. Now, summer 2014, the girls and Mr. Steer are hoping it will be 5th time lucky.
It's been like a year and I think it's been about 10.
It does feel long. And we're still sitting maths.
Yeah.
Hi, sir.
Hello, you alright? Have you come in to find out when results are?
Yeah.
Right, it's just same for you, just come in like you did last year. I mean, all the year 11s are going to be here. The C in maths, like it is in English, it's a stepping stone. It opens up doors. I mean, neither of them are going to be mathematicians, but they want to go to university now. They've got ambitions. They want to get out into the world of work. They don't want to be held back by not having the qualifications. Over and over again. I hear you're well on with learning to drive now.
Yeah, should be past the end of August, he said.
Am I going to drive past you on my way to work in September?
And crash? Yeah.
Yeah. Always makes me feel incredibly old when I hear that people I used to teach are about to pass the driving test. If they get it this time, I will be doing car wheels. We've gone through everything they need to go through. We've been through past papers, all the key topics. They've gone away, they've done their work, they've come back, we've marked it. We've done practice exams, we've done everything they need to do. I just think it'd be quite a nice touch if they had all 5 results leading up to this one. Just get D, 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 A. That was the end.
No, we are.
We're going to pass. We're going to pass.
Speaking to them, they're both convinced they've got it. So the big thing is now, if they don't get it, their knock to them is going to be awful.
If the girls don't pass with a C, they won't be able to complete their college course or go to university.
We're going to have to seriously consider it being their last attempt. No, Michael's not doing any more with those 2 lovely young ladies on their maths GCSE.
How will you feel on results day if you've got the C?
I'll be so happy. I actually think it'll be like the happiest moment of my life.
Yeah.
Got to a point where I need it, but I want it from Mr. Steer. Like, I want that C.
Robbie Joe. I will tell you when you can unzip it.
Last year, Robbie Joe was one of Thornhill's New Year 7s.
And you do your homework.
And constantly found himself in trouble.
And you were in here the other day, weren't you?
His form tutor, Miss Urin, was concerned that his poor behaviour was going to result in serious consequences.
If he doesn't book his ideas up soon, he's in trouble.
Do you ever feel like you've let Miss Urin down a bit?
No.
Miss.
Roger.
Sometimes.
You were seen walking to school on time this morning.
Quite a bit, actually.
There is a possibility when they get to year 10 and they carry on being that naughty after so many exclusions, they are permanently expelled, they're gone.
Do you still get into trouble?
Yeah, I still get in trouble, but not as much as I used to in year 7.
Now, finishing year 8, Robbie Joe has left Miss Urine and some of his behavioural issues behind.
Yeah, he has grown up, and I think he does know what he's doing now, whereas before I don't think he was aware. I think every morning was eventful with Robbie Joe. I'd love to be able to say, no, I don't miss him at all, but yeah, I do, definitely.
Do you miss Miss Urine?
I miss him, but I've, like, grown up and moved on. It's part of life.
Right, okay, so the first one is, if you think of a word that could go after dancing and before Victoria.
Oh, Dancing Queen!
Oh, well done.
Oh!
Because nobody else can hear that. So there you go, Robbie's given everybody the answer to that one.
Despite some improvement, Robbie Joe's behaviour is still being carefully monitored. Now by assistant head teacher, Mr. Burton.
Alright.
Good. I just want to catch up with you about your report card behaviour, about various things. How do you feel about your behaviour at the moment? Robbie Joe has peaks and troughs with his behaviour. He shows real signs of promise, that he's maturing and he's growing up into this young man who we can work with, but there are still times when you're just absolutely exasperated with the young man. You know, that's all well and good when you're kind of little and,
yeah,
you know, and you're trying to make friends and all that kind of stuff, but it's not in lessons, right?
Yeah.
You're going to year 9 now.
Yeah.
So you are doing a lot of growing up.
Looking forward to, like, a new start, definitely. It's like the years where you get your head down.
Let's focus on getting to Friday.
Yeah.
No comments, all ticks across the board on here. Okay? Right. Off you go. See you, Rob.
As Robbie Joe seems to be turning a corner, he's finding new distractions to contend with.
In what way are you growing up?
I'm more interested in girls.
Oh, it's like a nature documentary. It's just fascinating. He's just not sure now how to act around them.
What's your dream girl like?
I don't know. Brown hair, brown eyes, short, nice ass. I'm only joking.
It's that thing of, you don't necessarily notice it when you see kids every day, but then when you kind of look back and think, goodness me, look how much they've changed from here to here.
We have decided that we are going to give you your jumper back.
Last year, Mr. Burton did see immediate change in one student in particular.
Feels good.
Oh, bless. There are some students who, of course, will stick in the mind and will always, you know, always be there. I think Musharraf's probably the one who's made the most striking impact on me in terms of seeing him change and seeing him grow up. What point is the poet making about war, do you think, Mushy?
It's a...
Musharraf struggled with his stammer throughout his time at Thornhill.
Where do you live? What's going on inside your head when the words don't come out?
It feels like...
Concerned for Musharraf and his English oral exam, Mr. Burton gave him extra tuition.
So, shall we go for that poem there, The Moment?
Okay. Yes, sir.
Okay, I am your audience. Okay. Tap it out as much as you need. Sing it if you need to. Breath, nice and loud, nice and proud. Can we, right, one thing, and it's only because I watched the King's speech quite recently, all right?
Okay.
One thing he does, right, because it's a very similar thing to you, in that he just can't get the words out. But one thing he does do is he makes him listen to some music, right? And then when he's listening to the music, gets him to do it again.
Okay.
So have you got your phone with you?
Yeah.
Right, let's plug it into mine. I'll put you some awful music on. Yeah?
Okay, that's right.
Go for it. 1, 2, 3.
The moment when, after many years of hard work and a long voyage,
is it too loud? A bit loud.
That I own this. It's the same moment when the trees unloose their soft arm from around you, the birds take back their language, the cliffs
fissure,
the cliffs fissure and collapse, the air moves back from you like a wave and you can't breathe.
What? Pause. It blew me away, really. It's staggering that something so simple would work.
No, they whisper, you own nothing. You were a visitor time after time, climbing the hill, planting the flag, proclaiming we never belong to you. You never found us, it was always the other way round.
That's insane.
Yes.
How did it feel to be speaking fluently?
Sir, come on.
It's fine.
Sir, I appreciate all of the help you are giving me.
And I appreciate the help you're giving yourself. It's superb.
Yes.
Really impressed with you. Really proud of you.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Keep it up and you'll be an opera singer by the end of the year. Good lad. A lot of young people who've got various issues that they, that do stand in their way of making progress. And I think it's just wonderful to see a young man like that just blossom in front of your very eyes.
Got some on our flipping.
Nailed it. You nailed
spoke.
Musharraf passed his English GCSE and over the last year has been working on his speech.
I feel that I've changed a lot in the past year.
Is it pretty hard here?
It's alright.
No, he is.
I'm incredibly proud of Musharraf for what he's achieved and the way he's gone about things with absolute dignity and the courage that we always knew he had. For a teacher to see a student make that much progress and to see a student go on and be the young man that is, it's the very, very, very best thing about the job.
Now, with plans to go to university next year, Musharraf is looking for a part-time job to help him save up.
Go on.
I do still feel a bit of fear.
Have you worked in a shop before?
But I'm not that sort of person who gives up. Hi.
How can I help you?
Have you got any part-time jobs available at the moment?
We do have jobs. So you're looking for part-time?
Yeah, part-time jobs. If you've got any.
Sometimes you have to be at the cleaning table, sometimes you might be serving ice cream, sometimes you might be preparing food.
All right.
So you have to be a little bit quick on your feet.
It'll be fine, it'll be perfect. always have a speaking problem, but I feel as if I'm in control of it a lot more than before.
It's the end of the summer term at Thornhill, and GCSE results are weeks away.
Over the course of the last year, there have been some massive changes. We're shipping out a year group, you know, they're hopefully going away with envelopes full of nice results, and they'll move on to the next stage in their lives. The babies in the school, they're no longer the babies, they're a foot taller. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful summer. I want you to see you with your batteries recharged in September. Everybody's a year older, everybody's grown up that little bit, everybody's more mature, but of course, some people are more mature than others.
Gangnam Style. Right, sir.
One student who never struggled with maturity was Ryan.
This is a coffee for me.
Coffee?
Yeah, I'm having a latte.
Hey, good lad.
Keeps me awake, you know. I'm only 12, and some people say I have a low voice for my age. My mum calls me a little 40-year-old. I'm so hot. Miss, maybe you're going through menopause.
I hope not. I'm only 29.
Even at a young age, Ryan already had big career ambitions.
You are going to be Prime Minister of this great country of ours at some point in the future. Is that right? Is that the aim?
Well, it'll always be the dream.
I mean, because only one person can do that once, can't they? So what's the dream on the way to that particular?
To become an actor or a fireman or a policeman. Basically just something that'll either help or entertain people.
That's very nice. That's very noble. Ryan, up you go.
Ryan's honesty and charm won him a place on the junior leadership team.
Off you go.
I did have a speech, but I accidentally left it at home, so I suppose I'll just speak from my heart. To be honest, all I want's a fair shot at it, so I suppose if you can find it in your heart to vote for me, then...
You're killing me, Ryan.
I'm gonna cry. I'm actually gonna cry.
Have you come, Ryan? Brilliant. I think you said enough.
Yeah.
Alright, anyway, so...
Funny. Kind.
I was going to say friendly.
Funny, attentive.
1 year on, Ryan's now planning his next big political move.
I'm very well spoken, and apparently I'm a likeable person.
He's putting himself forward to be a school prefect.
Here's the manifesto.
Right. Here we go. Right, these are all the reasons why I think I should be prefect. Firstly, because I'm level-headed. My speciality is making jerk chicken with mango chutney.
I like it.
Good. Ryan has changed in the last year. I think when he went for the JLT, from there, he saw an opportunity to move on and be something else. And I'm really, really glad he did, because he is somebody he's a really wonderful asset to have. He's somebody who can inspire students in the right way. Fingers crossed, and get thinking about that speech. Oh, that's nice. All right. Good lad. Thank you, Ryan.
Well, Ryan, do you want to come and do your hustings then? Prime Minister? Never say never. You know, he's still the people's poet and, you know, this armchair philosopher.
There are a lot of reasons why I want to be a prefect, but one of the main ones is because that will allow me to help people who are too scared to try and help themselves.
If you were Prime Minister, what would be the first thing you'd do?
Try and make it so everyone had equal rights. This might just sound like a madman's dream here, but also hopefully a little bit less violence and stuff. It's not exactly nice when you're eating your cereal to hear about somebody getting stabbed.
With number 10 Downing Street still a few years away, Ryan's been chasing another of his big dreams.
Joseph's mother, she was quite my favourite wife. Yeah, I really enjoy being an actor because it's a really fun job, and apparently you get paid quite a lot if you're good at it, so it's two good things. I never really loved another all my life, and Joseph was... I'm doing a play called Joseph from the Technicolor Dreamcoat. It's really fun so far.
Are you a good singer?
I think I am. Well, at least my mum says I am, but I'm not really too sure.
What have you been up to?
I've done one part for a movie called Urban and the Shed Crew.
What did you have to do for that?
I don't want to give too many spoilers, but I was on a shed roof at one point, is all I'm going to say.
Okay.
I hear Ryan's acting career is going incredibly well. I heard a vicious rumour that he'd had a part in a film where he played a corpse, and I can't imagine that that's a particularly difficult role to play, but, you know, I'm not an actor, so I wouldn't know. He loves it, and that's the main thing. He's a young man who's got a passion and he's got something that he's interested in.
We think because you're more interested in your acting at the minute and you're more into that kind of thing, we'd like to offer you the part of a brother. That's all right.
Yeah?
Fab.
I'm looking forward to this.
Good.
This has been the most fun thing I've done on a Sunday since quite a while ago. I think about... Oh, thank you.
No problem. Thank you for coming to see us.
I hope I do well.
Oh, I'm sure you will.
Right, thank you. See ya.
It's the end of term.
Mr. Asghar, how you doing?
Mr. Burton has asked Musharraf to return to Thornhill to help with one of the last jobs of the year.
I've been able to speak a lot more.
It's brilliant.
People can actually hear what I'm trying to say.
For me, I think Musharraf is, because of the journey he's been on and what's happened to him, I think he's absolutely the right person to hand those prefect jumpers out. If I've ever known a prefect who's kind of overcome adversity and have respect for people, but also make 100% effort at all times, then it's the young man at the back who's going to come up and give you a handshake when you pass. So, Musharraf, can I ask you to step forward, please? Thank you. So, without further ado, I will announce the Year 9 into Year 10 prefect list. Ryan Ward.
Ryan will start his GCSE years as a prefect.
This is the group of people who will be representing you around the school for the next year.
As the school closes down for summer, attention turns to results day and those involved this year.
I'm always nervous for GCSE results day because at the end of the day, a career and a reputation can live or die by a good or bad set of results. If lots and lots of kids fail to make the grade, yes, it affects me massively, but it affects the kids more.
This morning, along with the rest of the country, Thornhill students are picking up their GCSE results.
Right, get off me now.
You bring me as soon as you've got them.
I will.
Alright.
See you later.
Good luck.
You know, it's going to be brilliant for some and terrible for others. You invested in them, you've had them for 5 years, you've been preparing them to get through this. And it's, in many ways, it's the biggest day of their lives up to this point.
I'm dreading it.
You are. Like, I'm either going to cry with happiness in there, or cry with... just cry.
Hannah and Sheridan are getting their maths results for the 5th time.
Just open it, please. Okay.
Hannah finally has a C.
Is this not a fuck about? Are you not messing about?
You okay? Okay.
For Sheridan, though,
Chelsea, okay?
it's 5th time unlucky.
We're still here for you. We still can get this done, all right? You will get it. It's going to be tough to pick herself back up off this, but she will. She's that resilient.
It's like 10 out of 10 annoying. It is like really, really gutting. Even if it takes me another 50 times till I get it, I need to prove to Mr. Steer that I can do it. He still believes in me. I don't know, but you know.
You wanna what? English man? Where's my English? No, mate. No, mate.
Bailey did get the C in English.
Is this it? This is it. Good luck.
And Tom's planning to go on to college and hoping for a C in English.
You did sleep well.
Yeah. I got a C.
Give me a hug.
Well done. I'm so proud of you.
You really
I
deserve it.
think I'd get it. Did it?
You did it?
I did. Oh, yeah, man. Thought I left it too late to, you know, start behaving, but I suppose I didn't. Got my grades. I might have a bright future. Thank you.
See, it does pay off sometimes.
I know.
Of course, there's always a handful of kids that don't quite get what they deserve or what they thought they were going to get, and their hard work didn't quite pay off. You know, but we're here for them. Overall, our work's nowhere near finished. There is so much more that we can do to get results better, whilst all the while focusing on what we truly believe in, which is making these kids into decent human beings.
Following Mushy's very own inspiring story next week, from educating Yorkshire to overcoming the odd Stammer School, Musharraf Finds His Voice starts next Thursday at 9. More on that in a sec. And from West Yorkshire to East London, a new term at a new school for educating the East End. That starts on the 4th of September. Next tonight, First Time Farmers.